Greetings, Elder Blacklight. If you don't know, this is behind me is Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Uh, he came to the wilderness of North America, stayed in America among Caucasians, and then came to the Black Bottom, Detroit, and established and was the founder of the Lost Foundation of Islam. Uh, then, some months later, he met up with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad recognized who he was in a teaching that or a lesson that he was given, and he informed Master Farad Muhammad that he knew who he was. He was Allah. And let's not get spooky about we imagine someone out the clouds manifesting his self into the body of Master Farad. Master Farad was born of man, born of woman. How he was born of man and how he was born of woman was his father was a black man who was in the circle of the gods, a scientist. Scientists are considered to be gods. And Master Farad's father, knew that the black man in the wilderness of North America was in trouble. Lost the knowledge of self and was beginning to live a savage life beneath himself. He was living other than himself. So he purposely created or made someone of himself, picking a Caucasian woman, a devil woman, but giving her the science and the knowledge of what everything was about. He wanted to disguise his son because he couldn't come over. He was too black. And the enemy wouldn't have, they wouldn't have accepted him coming over here. They would have knocked him off at the border. So he reproduced himself, you can say, in his son, Master Farad Muhammad. Came over here, they thought he was Caucasians, until he started teaching the black man and woman over here who he was and who he is. And then then the enemy tried to kill him and his messenger. He sent our kind in on the meetings, because we weren't allowing no white man in the meetings. Until recently they started allowing them in, but that's another story for another time. So he wrote, he gave wrote a book called Supreme Wisdom, and he gave some instructions and some lessons. Now this is one lesson and instructions that he was given to the messenger Elijah Muhammad to teach the rest of us. So pay attention.
Lessons by Master Farad Muhammad to his servant, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the lost foundation of Islam in North America. To the Muslims of Number 1 Michigan, the following is the original rules of instruction to the laborers of Islam and the title of Muslim given by our Savior before his departure, with a footnote of a few words of explanation to lay pressure upon their minds of their many errors in the past and present, that they may see the light and walk therein. I thank you. This teaches the student what he must do with the enemy of the righteous today. The righteous nation is now living in every part of the planet Earth. Therefore, the enemy must now be removed in every part of the planet Earth. Elijah Muhammad. Instructions given to the laborers by our Savior, W.D. Farad Muhammad. 1. The student must study his assignment lesson number 1. Each student should copy the answers of lesson of Minister Elijah Muhammad and study until the student is able to memorize by heart all answers to of said lesson number 1. Note: here, lesson number 1 is said to be the student's assignment first. Lesson number 1 lays the base of our work today and gives the student a clear knowledge of himself and his heavenly home, the best part of the earth, and who was the enemy to him and his nation, and why the enemy and righteous could not live together, and why was the righteous able to cast out his enemy. This teaches the student what he must do with the enemy of the righteous today. The righteous nation is now living in every part of the planet Earth. Therefore, the enemy must now be removed in every part of the planet Earth.
This is why we illustrate or show this picture in Muhammad Speaks newspaper, and we show brothers holding hands across the globe. In one of my videos, I made a mistake and said the earth been on the planet for millions of years. I caught myself, but I'm not going to erase it. But I know some of you make fun of me. I meant the earth been in the universe for millions and trillions of years. But just in case you ran across that video, this is a disclaimer. I mispronounced, or that was like a typo, Anyway, we're going to get into the science of vibrations, because everything begins with the vibration. And I'm going to get into how we can create, since it's kind of risky us being physically in close proximity together. Maybe we can create a million-man vibration. At least 144,000, because that's a number in the Bible. Because this world right here is created by illusions. So we're going to show you how and why that is. Here you see where the Bible, Luke 19:23, New Testament, says, wherefore then giveth not thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required my own with usury. So basically, usury ain't cool, but that's the weapon that the Rothschilds use in the banking system, and that banking system took over Congress. So even with this coronavirus, the banking is using money to try to cure it. They're going to say the feds uh, got to give them some money so they can cure the virus. Well, all they got to do is don't pay Congress. The Congress got medical insurance. The president, the Congress uh, are exempt, even though they act like they say they ain't. They are exempt from paying certain taxes. That's why they have charity programs, because they write it off. See, we're not going to have enough time to finish this illustration, so we're going to come back with a continuation of this. This is Black Light saying, stay tuned up.